In the space of one episode, give or take, we've managed not only to miss out on most of the moose kill, but we've also lured half of Ash Canyon's wolf population into the valley with us. Our trials, it seems, have only just begun. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I am just going to harvest some torches and tell myself that it's enough, and that I'm enough, and that everything's going to be okay. I don't actually know these things, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to go ahead and harvest these remaining torches. It's going to take 2 minutes each, but it'll be a net gain in fire time. And then maybe I'll keep one and light it and use that as the one that I can take out and use as an opportunity to try to save this fire. Yeah, I don't have any water either, which is a bit of a problem. I guess, yeah, we'll just let that run and hope that it's still there when I get back. Let me also light said torch. You got 51 minutes, air quotes, on the fire. I don't have anything in the way of, aside from coffee, I don't have anything in the way of drinkables to warm up. Now let's take a look around. All right, I see the demon down below. I don't see any wolves over there. All right. It's time to continue our search. Rude. Notice, by the way, it's still Mark. What the heck? Talk about immersion breaking. All right. Wind is picking up right as we step outside, which, let's just take a moment to acknowledge how amazingly rude that is. But I'm going to try, keyword being try, I'm going to try to find another scrub brush over here. I don't think there are many, if any at all, left, but it's a much safer spot to look for such things. Okay, I'm going to step down here because I feel like if there are any scrub brushes left, it will be in this general area. See, this is the rope that we will be climbing when we're done with this accursed infection. And yeah, see, there are definitely... See, this is what tripped me up. Like, I thought that there were more actual scrub brushes. Now, there are branches down here. Those are definitely branches. Hang on. I don't want to drop too far here. Oh, these are limbs. They were... Objects in screen are larger than they may appear. Those are definitely limbs. They look like branches. Okay, well, at least now I know they're there. Now is not a good time for me to break them up. But I've got to get back to the fire before too long. Let me see if I can snag any other sticks from any areas that I might have overlooked. I think, like, far and away the most frustrating thing, apart from the things I mentioned in the intro to this episode, I think the most frustrating thing about this particular moment in the series is that the typical behavior of new sticks appearing after a storm has not panned out. And you know, you look around this area and there are so many trees. You'd think, okay, well, storms come through, we're going to have plenty of firewood just naturally.
Never felt so cold in my life.
All right, so there's definitely still wolves about. Hi, demon. But that just hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened. There have been multiple blizzards, and we haven't really seen a windfall, no pun intended, the way that you would expect in a lot of places in the Long Dark. Maybe it's because these trees are dead. Maybe that's the logic. Maybe it's literally programmed not to drop a lot of sticks because they're not trees that are actively growing anymore, and, you know, hundreds of successive winter storms in the area have just torn all of the possible burnable material off of these already burned trees. That's certainly a possibility. All right, so we have these ruined torches as well. Okay, well, that's not nothing. Hang on. Let's go ahead and harvest these for sticks. So I'll tell you one thing that I either completely forgot. We've been talking about this in the comments a bit. I either don't think I ever knew this, or it's just a part of the mechanic that I forgot. So having played The Long Dark more or less since it came out, and also having not played it as much over the last couple of years, I'm in an interesting position knowledge-wise because I knew a lot about the game early on. Still know a lot about the game generally speaking, but there are some newer, not new now, but there are mechanics that were newer relative to like the earliest versions of the game. There we go. Now we got an hour on the fire again. There were some mechanics that were newer. Let's see. Do I have another torch by chance? I mean, there's really no point to taking one. Although I suppose I can. Yeah, there we go. Such as quartering a carcass. Now, that's been in the game for years now. It's not a new mechanic, but it's one that kind of came about after I had already played, you know, this game significantly, and I had already started teaching other people like how to play. And it's not really something that I've learned to do a ton of. Okay, I think I see. No, I don't see any of the wolves. I think they might have kind of patrolled away, so let's see what we can get away with here. Am I carrying any meat? No. And as a consequence of not really being in the habit of quartering carcasses a lot, you know one thing that I didn't know? People have said this in the comments, and I've either forgotten this or I never knew it to begin with. I didn't know that your progress on quartering a carcass is evidently conserved. You know, if you start it and then you have to stop for some reason, you can come back and keep going. Had I known that, hello? Hold that thought. There's a wolf somewhere. I'm getting cold too, but I hear footsteps. Had I known that, I would have quartered the moose carcass, but I didn't know that. Or I'd forgotten. And so it's like, okay, cool. Lessons learned. That's useful information. Let me kind of wander up this way. I haven't done that a lot, and I feel like there could be wolves in this area. This is where the other wolves came from. But there could also be sticks. And I don't even need that many sticks at this point. Oh, there's a birch forest up here. Hello. Yeah, there could be a ton of sticks in here. I already see some birch bark. Alright, this could save us. It's definitely an area that I haven't been to a lot. Is that a wolf? Yeah, it's a wolf. Alright, so we've got some birch bark at least. Alright, so maybe if I head around this way.
Feel numb.
Okay, that was less than productive. I mean, I got some birch bark, that's nice, but there's a wolf kind of preventing me from going too far in that direction. There are some branches. Hang on. If I walk back down this way, I don't know if my fire is going to last this long. I might be pushing it. I would love to keep the fire going for the remainder of the evening. And then tomorrow, what would be really nice is if I had the ability to kind of step outside
die
and
if
get
I
some
don't warm up
firewood
soon.
without risking my life constantly. Alright, I've already searched this area pretty extensively in the past. It's down this way where there were branches, but there could also be wolves here now. Pretty good luck so far avoiding the wolf population, but now that I've said those words out loud, that could change real quick. Yeah, this is taking longer than planned. I think there were also scrub brushes in here, if I recall. Oh, I see some sticks. Nice. A stick. Okay, so this is going to take 7 minutes, and it's going to take a bite out of my life. But, hang on, let me go a little bit farther. Because at this point, I'm just trying to get anything to keep a fire going. Is that a stick? No, it's not. I don't want to go much farther because I know I'm getting close to those wolves. There's the other branch. I knew there was one. All right, let's break that down. All right, still one of the really, really tough spots that I'm in right now is I have not been able to get my life back above a certain point. That birch forest that I just found, that's a win. If I can sneak up there in a state of relative warmth, this is not good. I need to get inside. If I can sneak up there, I might be able to find some sticks, find some more birch bark, but until I have a lot of birch bark and a lot of time to rest in a place where I'm more confident resting, like a fully fledged cave, this cave is just not getting warm enough. Unfortunately, all these noises are making me paranoid. Alright, so I've got some sticks, and the fire, from what it looks like, is still going. That's kind of surprising. It might be on its last legs. But what I might be able to use this for is I might be able to get some water out of this fire while it's still going. Nine minutes. Alright, let's take advantage of this as best we can. Couple of things. First of all, alright, I do not have enough birch bark to actually make. That's a shame. I wish I'd seen one other piece, but no such luck. Alright, some water. Yeah, just a tough situation overall. I guess I can break down that torch. Actually, come to think of it, something else that I learned... Oh, I have these torches here that I didn't know were on the ground. Something else that I learned that fascinated me. I read a comment from a community regular that... As I touch my mic while talking, sorry. I read a comment from a community regular that apparently after 50 days, the world doesn't get any colder. That is also news to me, and that feels like something that I never knew. And I don't even know if that's the case. I trust the person who said this, but at the same time, it's like, wait, what? Excuse me? I thought it got progressively colder. Because that's what the setting implies. But evidently, if the world is as cold as it's going to get at 50 days, then maybe that means I can risk sleeping back here a little bit more, even when things are particularly dire. Alright, I've got some non-potable water right now. Broken ribs. 83 of 120 hours. Really need to get some more resting done. Just going to pass time on this. Drink that water. And I might be able... Yeah. Let's get some more. And can I perhaps... What do I have prepared? I have some prepared reishi mushrooms and prepared rose hips, so I could definitely make some teas. I wish I had a can right now. I've dropped my cans. If I had the cooking pot, I would be able to do what I need to do right now, but I left the cooking pot up there. I can still go back and get it at some point. I might be able to do that this episode. Talked about it. Honestly, I feel like I've talked about it for the last couple of episodes. I'm happy to see that the wolves have kind of returned to their normal spots, though, because that was something that was deeply concerning me in between episodes. Like, what am I going to do about that? Because I'm kind of cornered. All right, feels like 140 degrees, which means that without this fire, it is not warm enough in here. That's not good news. And that's what makes me feel like I don't trust this idea of, okay, the world's not getting colder anymore. I don't think that that's the case. Because it definitely seems like it's getting colder. Feels like 140 degrees. It's a 144 degree fire. Now, there might be an upper limit to what it can feel like, and maybe that's it. But we'll have to see. Let's pass time until this is ready. Let's drink that. And maybe, just maybe, with the remaining time I have, I can... Yeah, I've got 21 minutes. I can make that. I can make rosehip tea. Yeah, now we got 6 minutes on the fire, so there's nothing else. Nothing else happening. The sun is about to come up, and I'll be really curious. Let's let this fire go out and see what happens. 35% cured on that gut. That's nice. It would be nice if we just had some random coal in here that we hadn't, you know, that we didn't know existed, that was just sitting in a corner and, you know, had been forgotten about in some way. That would be nice. Not going to happen, but it would be nice. Yeah, because this is going to be a real problem if this fire goes out in a moment here. Feels like 140 degrees. Oh, wow. Super dark. Love that. Love the atmosphere. Right now, the interfaces are only light. That's great. I could light a flare. All right. Let me grab the cooking skillet off the fire. Yeah, the embers are definitely nice and hot. They're sticking around for a bit, which I appreciate. And I do still have plenty to eat, at least. There's that. Those are some really hot embers. Can we take a moment to appreciate the way that particular dynamic works? Burned out. All right, so still feels like 140 degrees, which, there we go. Now it's going to get a lot colder. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, okay. Okay, feels like 43. Interesting. So that math was not at all correct. All right, where's my bedroll? Game, come on. Bedroll is... I don't want to feel around in the dark too much. You know what? Screw it. Let's just light a match. Where the heck am I? There we go. Bedroll. Did I pick up my bedroll? No. I've got plenty of matches. It's fine. I don't want to waste the, like, one bit of lantern fuel that I have, because we're going to need that. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Oh my god, I'm so disoriented. Let's see. Over here, maybe? Yeah, here it is. bedroll. All right, so it feels like 43 degrees. I'm going to take... All right, so now I know where the bedroll is. If I just kind of... I'm going to step out this direction. I'm going to walk a straight line to the best of my ability and then back off. I just need to eat before I go to sleep. Nice. 1,125 calories. Heck yeah. All right, that was not a full steak right there at all. No decoys in inventory, and we're going to back off. Walk backwards in the same direction I just walked from, and I'm going to see if I can sleep. I mean, at this point, we have no choice but to just try and rest, despite the fact that we're not really feeling super warm. We've got to give it the old college try. Where the hecking heck? There it is. Okay. Drink some water. I wish I had some tea left. That would be fantastic. Or just birch bark tea. But I'm going to try and rest for 8 hours here. Because that's how long I can technically sleep. And if we're completely wrong about the world temperature thing, we could die right now. Right now. And this would be the end of the series. But we're good. And we recovered a decent amount of life there as well. Let's go ahead and drink some water. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. I'm not going to be super warm doing this. But now I can step out into the unknown. Doesn't seem like the weather's awful. I do want to check for wolves as I round this this corner here. I crest this hill. All right. Demons walking around. No wolves, though, thankfully. All right, let's... I'm going to kind of hug this rock face. Not just because it's taking me where I want to go, but also because there's terrain here with trees on it, and you never know if there's some obvious sticks that I overlooked. I have a couple different directions I could go. I could go get my cooking pot, but I feel like the more interesting choice right now, from a navigation standpoint, is to check out this area up here. Feels like a whole unexplored area. With wolves potentially right in my face. So that's nice. I'm using the rock to my advantage here, only I'm also staying away from the wolf. And I feel like this might be... Oh, that's interesting. There's a climbing rope here. Okay. Yeah. I recognize where I am, I think. I think the cooking pot is right down here. All right, there's a stick. I think the cooking pot is literally right down here. This looks very familiar. Where did I put that fire? Was it in here? Yep. Oh, wait. Where's my freaking cooking pot? If it's not at this one, where did I leave it?
Feel my hands.
Okay, I'm going to have to go back and rewatch an episode because I thought that's where it was. That is where it was, isn't it? Am I losing my mind? What the heck? Here's a scrub brush at least. 13 minutes, 7 sticks. I'll take that risk. Let's go. All right, let's get back to the cave. Sorry, Mark, I'm not doing this to you on purpose. Well, I kind of am, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's necessary, okay? I'm sorry that it's necessary. I don't want it to be necessary, but it is. That's the nature of necessity, my friend. I really wish I could sprint for longer. That's been one of the more debilitating, like, underlying factors of the struggle for the last few episodes, is that I can never sprint for very long. So in situations like this where I need to get back to the cave as soon as possible, with the bonuses that I have, I would normally be able to, like, just go flat out and cover a lot of distance. Oh, that is a buck down there. So there's potentially more meat. And, for that matter, guts in the immediate vicinity. Just, it's worth acknowledging. Let's go ahead and eat the remainder of that moose. That bite of moose, I should say. All right, and we can rest for another couple of hours here. So I'm going to do that. Feels like 62 degrees back here. Sleep for 2 or 3 hours. The question really is how cold it's going to get at night. All right, we got 11 sticks there. That's nice. Let's try that again. I've got enough water, I think, for the time being. Probably need to make some in the next episode at some point. I'll definitely need to make some in the next episode. All right, weather is definitely very nice right now. This is honestly the nicest it's been in days and days and days. So now I'm very confused about my cooking pot. I'll have to figure that out later because I don't know where I left it. I must have left it. I don't even know if I have it in the zone. Either that or my cooking spot, or cooking pot. Wow. Either that or my cooking pot despawned. It's gone. Which, that would be a new one on me. But I really feel like that fire that I just checked is where it should have been. And it wasn't there. So I can only deduce that I left it elsewhere and forgot where I left it, or it has been taken from me by shenaniganry. Which would be a shame. There are, as I've said many times, there are plenty of cooking pots in the world. We will be fine. I will have an opportunity to get another cooking pot somewhere, but I kind of came into this zone with a skillet and a cooking pot. And a dream. You know, a skillet, a cooking pot, and a dream. There's the episode title right there. I kind of did. And that has been taken from me unexpectedly. And I only have a skillet now. Okay, I'm going to venture a little bit farther here. It's a little bit risky, but at this point I have got... Okay, scrub brush. Hello? No, this is just a prop. So I've been faked out by this a bit. I think I've seen the scrub brush a few times and I've gone, oh, okay, well there's things that I can break up for sticks here. And I haven't necessarily walked up to it and verified that, in fact, no, that is not the case. And I'm completely wrong. Alright, so let's use this elevation. Oh! Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I didn't know we were that close to the river. Let me dare the cold. Oh, 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 oh. Nope, nope. We're not going to dare the cold. We're going to dare in the opposite direction. I liked exploring the other direction more. Oh, there's a branch. Nice. I'll snag that. Yeah, this is the nicest the weather has been in days. How's that affliction doing? 73 of 120 hours? Okay. We're getting there. The struggle is real, but we're getting there. So here's a question that I can pose, and I would definitely be interested in answers in the comments as far as filling in gaps and like little aspects of the mechanics. We recall from earlier in the series the unpleasant surprise that the intestinal parasite infection was going to last twice as long as I remembered it lasting, 20 days as opposed to 10. Is the broken ribs affliction in the same category? Would I be dealing with less time with broken ribs on lower difficulty? In the same way that I would have dealt with less time dealing with butt worms on lower difficulty? Just curious. All right, so I can sleep again. And notice, because of the amount of life I'm losing when I go out and do that, I'm really not recovering condition net. The moose hide is 31% cured. Yeah, now this is where it's going to get interesting. Because it's going to get real cold at night. And I don't have a fire. Okay. I kind of want to go look for another piece of birch bark. That's like my main thing right now. Let's go check really fast, just for one piece, and try and make it back to the cave. Because the weather still sounds and looks decent. So this could be a golden opportunity before it gets too cold, with the sun going down. Yeah, the wolves have definitely all patrolled away, which is nice. I appreciate that very much as a Long Dark player. Leave me the F alone, you bastards. That's another thing I've managed not to say out loud for a bit, but just to be very clear, the reason that I saw those two wolves and was like, nope, in the other direction.
It's getting dark out here.
If a wolf attacked me right now and I hadn't wounded it like I had the one that got me when I first arrived in this valley a few episodes ago, I wounded that one with an arrow, so it was... that struggle was over quickly. If a wolf were to attack me at full strength right now, I'm dead. Oh no. That is horrific timing. And also somewhat hilarious, given what I was just talking about. Did you hear that sound? Did you hear it? I heard it. There's two wolves right there. Just standing there. Why are you just standing there? There's three wolves right there. Alright, I'm just going to keep going this way. Screw it. Alright, they're not just standing there. They're howling. Alright, there's another piece of birch bark. Perfect. That's what we came for. Whether we can make it back alive is another question entirely. I saw another one. There's two more. Nice. That's 2 birch bark teas. And I have the sticks to make a fire. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to keep going this way a little bit. It'd be nice if I found another cave, but the thing is my bedroll is back in the cave that I was just in. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try and make it back without being detected by these soon-to-be Aurora wolves.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Mark, I need to find some way to get you to shut your mouth. Alright, so no sticks, unfortunately. But 2 birch bark teas is not nothing, especially when I have a lot of condition to recover. God. Well, that explains why there were so many wolves that came down when I was carrying a little bit of moose meat on me.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
No, you don't. You really, really don't. Trust me on that, Mark. This is the last place in the world you just want to, quote, lay down for a bit. Okay? Yeah, those wolves are right on the top of this hill, so that explains a lot. All right, I don't want to stand up right now because I'm just assuming that the fact that an aurora is coming means they're going to be... I know they're going to be more aggressive and more dangerous, but also it might even represent an increase to their detection range. And I'd prefer not to test that. This is not a moment that I'd prefer to find that out, you know? It could be run ending if that happens. Okay, I'm running. Running. I'm not actually running, but I can run now. Feel a little bit more confident doing that. All right, let's get back inside. The birch bark tea is going to be a godsend. We're right at about the ending point for this episode, so good timing. What I'll do is, first of all, I'm going to chow down on some meat real quick on my way into the cave. And drop that. Head all the way to the back. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, I'm going to light a fire. Just enough of a fire to, you know, make some tea. And feel better about things. And make some water. So I'll have to do those things separately, unfortunately. Which means it'll take twice as much time. And I might... Well, I'm going to record the next episode in a few minutes. But, like... I need to go back and figure out where my freaking cooking pot is. And it's going to be a few episodes, but I need to go back and figure that out because it's blowing my mind a little bit that it wasn't at that fire. That's where I remember leaving it. And is the cooking pot maybe... I couldn't have left it at the fire near where the moose was. I didn't... At that point, I'd already lost it, I feel like. So... yeah, I'll have to figure that out in the next episode. We're doing pretty well at the moment. We're warm enough. Feels like 56 degrees. We still have 72 of 120 hours, so we're approaching the halfway mark and starting to stretch our legs a little bit and find other things in the area. It's just that the wolves are not making life easy, and I can't risk direct confrontation, especially if there's more than one wolf in the area, because I can take one wolf down, but if the other one's charging at me at the same time, then, you know, I'm not that much of a badass. It's just I'm not feeling that way right now with what 35-40% health. So birch bark tea is going to help with that. A little bit more sleep is going to help with that. Not that I can get a lot of sleep right now because I've been sleeping for most of this episode to get that number down. But we're going to keep working on all those problems combined in the next episode and hopefully continue to move in a positive direction because we are. It's just baby steps. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.